Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's Semi-Original Guy, aka Mr. Cannon from Advanced Wars by Web, bringing you another live league game of the day. Today, we are on Tesseracted Upon. This is a base light matchup with double airport and comm tower support in the middle of the map. So, mildly contested comm towers on this one, folks. So, our players today are the Starflash250 and DaysofPlague, two iconic Advanced Wars by Web players. Both of these players have proven time and time again that they are some of the best to ever do it, folks, and now they meet once again in the live league. So Starflash has decided to play as Kindle, one of his most popular picks. So as we know, folks, Kindle's day-to-day ability will give her plus 40% firepower on urban terrain. Her normal co-power will do 3 damage globally to any opposing units that are on urban terrain, and increase her firepower to 80% on cities. And the super co-power, High Society, will increase that firepower on cities to 130%, but also in addition give her 3% extra firepower per property owned. So Kindle can be one wildfire, folks. You never know what's going to happen when you're fighting a Kindle. So DaysofPlague today has chosen to play as Eagle. So Eagle, as a day-to-day ability, his air units will gain plus 15% firepower and plus 10% defense and consume 2 less fuel per day. Naval units will lose 30% firepower. However, his normal co-power, the Lightning Drive, will increase the firepower and defense of air units to 20%. And the super co-power, Lightning Strike, will increase the firepower and defense of those air units to 20%. And in addition, it will allow all of his vehicle units to move a second time. Lightning Strike is one heck of an ability, folks. Potentially game-ending if you get it right. Now, I do kind of enjoy the matchup dynamics between the Kindle and the Eagle, because especially with Kindle, there's a little bit of a buff here. You know, she can contend with Eagle on the day-to-day basis really good. And on a map like this, we can see multiple points on the map where you have urban terrain right next to 0-star terrain, or a plain, which is only 1-star terrain. So you don't get a lot of defense, right? So it's going to be very difficult for Eagle to dislodge units that are on these properties. And the air units do also get that boost on the properties as well. So let's see if the Kindle can outplay the Eagle. We're going to find out now, folks. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here, folks. And on the first few days, folks, you guys know the deal. You guys and girls, you know the deal. It is the standard infantry builds, because you gotta get the infantry on the field, folks. It is the #1 priority in Advanced Wars by Web, without a doubt. Alrighty, folks. Now I'm very curious to see how these players are gonna play this map, because I have never seen this map before in my entire life. I think this is the first time I have ever seen a game on this map, so it'll be very interesting indeed. Now this map does kind of hurt my brain, because the shoal tiles are the only thing connecting all these islands, so it's a little bit difficult to actually see all the areas that you can go, folks. Now obviously you can see here, you can see here, you can see here, and here, and vice versa. So there's lots of places where the units can go, but I think it could be very easily, or you could easily sort of get lost on this map for sure, folks. Alright, so both players are going for the neutral properties right now, and it looks like DaysofPlague is going to be acquiring an airport. Now I think out of all the units on this map, air units are going to be insanely effective because of the vast terrain, the vast choky terrain. Air units are going to be absolutely dominant. Now with a couple well-placed anti-air, it could 100% shut down the opponent's air units, especially because it's such a choky map, right? You can hide anti-air into positions where your opponent's tanks just can't hit them. So let's see if Starflash can pull off some spicy anti-air combat here, or if we're just gonna have the tank battlecopter show, folks. I don't know how it's gonna go. We're gonna find out. All right. Carrying on here. So both players have busted out a couple tanks on the field here. Starflash does a really bold move, bringing his first tank all the way down here, deep into Days of Plague's territory. Now this is a spicy move indeed. Now if Days of Plague goes up and takes the invitation to combat, he is actually going to lose this trade because Kindle is just far too powerful on a city to attack alone. You do need multiple units, and you also have to hope that she doesn't have another unit to cover that unit on the city. Now, if you want to be safe, just have 3 units to take out a tank, you know, so that you can actually put something on the city afterwards also. But, you know, it's easier said than done, folks, 100%. Alrighty, so carrying on, Days of Plague, not gonna worry about this over here. This base is dedicated solely to the destruction of the top left corner. So we are sending our units up there. We build the anti-air, and now is Days of Plague going to take the invitation to combat, or is he going to retreat, potentially onto the lab, or somewhere else? We don't know. Now, Kindle does not get the attack bonus on a silo, so we don't have to worry about the extra firepower there. And we do not take the engagement, so that is very wise. Very, very wise from the Days of Plague. That's just a bad time. We don't want to be doing that, folks. And this is a good tank placement because we actually cover this infantry over here too. Alright, so we have a 7-7 engagement trade over here on the top corner. So first blood has been spilt. Not a good roll, but an interrupt nonetheless. So we go in and we interrupt this property here as well. So we got double first blood over here on day 8. I don't think Starflash is mucking around with this one, folks. I think he is going for the kill. Now let's see. Ooh, we got the battlecopter over here from Days of Plague. And Days of Plague actually goes up and takes an engagement over here, which is absolutely wonderful. This is exactly what you want to see, folks. Go and interrupt those properties. Do not let Kindle have any properties at all. It's not a good time. You don't want her to have them, folks. This infantry is pretty much done. You know, it can't run away. I mean, it could run away. It could, like, go over here. But Days of Plague decides to go over here and attack this infantry. Now, I think the only reason that he would want to do that is so that we slow down the capture game over here. But this is just throwing away an infantry regardless. But slowing down the capture game, like I said, I think it's okay. For sure. Alright, Starflash has acquired the comm tower. Days of Plague has also acquired his comm tower as well, and does get the KO on that infantry over there. Very nice. And Starflash goes over here and attacks the infantry that is planted firmly on that comm tower. Now, this is an interesting little attack here because this tank can easily just move over here onto the city and attack the tank, right? But with the backup tank right here, it might be ill-advised to go up for an attack like that, folks. We will find out soon enough whether or not Days of Plague goes for the attack. Now this is super smart, so we build the battlecopter in response to that as well. So we go up for the attack. We get Days of Plague's hopes super up, but then we bring in the reinforcements and choke it out with the battlecopter. So there's not many places for this tank to go now. This tank can maybe go down onto the city. That's probably the safest spot for this guy. Now we could go up and take the engagement for sure, but I mean, with a battlecopter right over here and extra tank support over here, I just do not think that an attack like that is really going to work out in your favor. Starflash once again using the tank to deny the airport capture here as well. So we are not going to be getting that second airport here from Days of Plague. Having a second airport would be absolutely fantastic as Eagle, because if we can get those double battlecopters out, you're going to be having a good time, folks. Now, we forego the capture on the airport, and we go in for a nice little engagement over here from this tank onto this tank, taking this guy all the way down to 3. And let's just check the range on this anti-air real quick here, folks. So it does look like we can bring this battlecopter pretty far forward, almost get maximum movement. we'd be able to move it at least down here, right? Now, he could potentially go north with it and stop the capture of this corner property, which would basically permanently deny that property. But Starflash is over here, capping this property down in the corner, and the only way that we can interrupt that property is with this little slimy infantry right here. So, and that's a losing engagement. If we go in and take that engagement, we will just get countered, and then Starflash will acquire that city anyways. So it's a pretty risky gambit. So we bring the battlecopter up north. So we are going to potentially be going for the interrupt. Now this is a really good situation though, because Starflash will have to make a choice. He will have to be, okay, do I send the anti-air over here? Do I send the anti-air up north? Do I send the anti-air right down here? I don't know. I don't know where he's going to go with it, but he's going to have to make a choice. And whatever choice he makes, the battlecopter could potentially just run circles around him and just pop out somewhere completely new. You never know, folks. You never know. Alrighty, folks. Let's continue on. We've got another tank build. And we have 8 grand in the bank, so that is another tank build. Double tank build today from the Days of Plague. Very nice. Now this is, like I said, this was a pretty bold attack for sure. But we do manage to bring the infantry over here, blocking the path of the battlecopter. So this battlecopter is not going to be able to effectively get an attack on this tank. Now this tank could easily come over here and take the engagement, but now we're going to be fighting into base range. So any units that we bring over here would be a gross display of overextension, more than likely. But Starflash is a much better player than I am, so we're going to see what he decides to do in this sort of situation. Oh, this is a... That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is very interesting. Are we the... Ooh. Are we going to bring... We would have to bring the infantry up. That's the only way that we can actually stop the battlecopter from getting destroyed at this moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's it. Brings the infantry up. Yeah, beautiful. Gotta block that battlecopter. We don't want to be losing that guy anytime soon. He's far too important to lose. Alright. So the airport is locked over here for Starflash. So he puts a infantry on the airport because we do not want an anti-air sitting on our airport. That's not the route that we want to go, folks. Now technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we wouldn't have been able to put it on there regardless, right? Because we have the 1 HP infantry here, and we have nothing that can hit the 1 HP infantry, so it would be safe for a little while, but also max movement, right? So that's fine. Alright, so tank takes an engagement on the infantry, and we got another tank engagement over here. So got another tank build over here and an infantry build. Doesn't build anything else, but banks up 5k. So Starflash is going to have a lot of money next turn, folks. That is going to be the coveted 21,000 funds. That can buy you a whole lot of goodies, folks. Whole lot of classy goodies. But are we going to see any classy goodies on this map? I do not know. We're going to find out. But once again, Days of Plague is going for that airport. So we are desperately trying to get that airport. Starflash is doing a fantastic job of denying that airport so far. But now Days of Plague has double tank reinforcement down here. Most likely going to be building another tank here. Might potentially go for the battlecopter, but with the anti-air right here, it's kind of risky. But it would make the anti-air have to make a choice, right? And if the anti-air goes down here, then we swing battlecopter over here, then Starflash would be forced to build another anti-air from right here in order to ward off the battlecopter, right? So that is a possibility for sure. But we go with double. It looks like we're going to be going with double tank builds, so that is perfectly fine. Bring this tank over here to attack this infantry. Further being annoying. Further being annoying, folks. Delaying this capture even more. This guy's sitting at 2. It's going to take 30 days. It's going to take 3 days to cap that. Beautiful. And we delay another capture here. So this guy's sitting down to 1. That is going to be a no-go, but we did just put an infantry right beside urban terrain. Now, we are going to see why Kindle is feared when it comes to urban combat, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is definitely going to be the next attack here. Okay, yeah, just tease me a little bit more. Boom, 80% damage from an infantry. Takes absolutely no counter damage right there. Just a little bit of chip damage, that's all. That is why you gotta watch out for the Kindle, folks. She is something. She is something indeed. And Starflash, look at this. Brings the battlecopter all the way around here. So now the battlecopter is just looped around this anti-air. Anti-air will be forced to go back, but this anti-air is also preventing the purchase of any more air units. Now, Starflash could potentially get another air unit out. Probably scot-free. Yeah, we would have to sacrifice an infantry to do so, but we could get it out. For sure, but we can't do it with just a 1 HP infantry right there. That is just not going to happen. And Starflash also has a anti-air right beside a DaysofPlague's airport, which is effectively eliminating Eagle's best units at the moment. So that is very dangerous, folks. Very dangerous for the old Eagle. Alrighty. So we pull back. Perfect. So we're not going to be winning this fight if we go in for the attack. So Eagle is, or not Eagle, but Kindle is allowing, she's allowing the capture of this airport. We are going to give it to DaysofPlague because we're already ahead on income and we locked one airport. 6-6. So sad. Sad 6-6 trade. Not what you want to see, but this is very common when you're dealing with the Kindle. Every single time you go and attack an old infantry or something on a city, it's most likely going to be a 6-6 trade, folks. It's not good. It's bad. It's bad time. But you got to interrupt those properties sometimes, folks. I mean, you have absolutely no choice. If your opponent is just going to be running circles around you when it comes to income, you have to do something. Now, Starflash brings the tank and the battlecopter over here and takes a huge engagement, completely taking out a full HP tank right there. And we have absolutely no way to attack this pesky little battlecopter. Now, the only thing that we might be able to do is if we get some really good luck, we might be able to go in with 8 HP tank, and then we might be able to go in with anti-air, and maybe there's a small possibility that that might be able to clear the tank, but highly unlikely, folks. Maybe unless we sack this guy, but I mean, I still think that's not enough damage, so probably wouldn't suggest doing that, and especially now that it is at 9 HP, that is definitely not going to be destroyed, folks. Now we have a dangerous situation because Starflash has now busted out another battlecopter, has a battlecopter right here, has a 9 HP tank, has 3 fresh tanks over here, a 6 HP tank that's going to be healed up to 8 next turn, a anti-air going on a wild goose chase, chasing down this little mosquito over here, and an urban blight banked up and ready to go. Now, DaysofPlague, we do have a normal co-power. Now, that will absolutely not be effective yet, but if we manage to keep ourselves alive, keep the tank chains going, and maybe take some small micro engagements and don't really lose too many units, Lightning Strike will definitely hit for quite a bit. But we need to survive to Lightning Strike, folks. So that is the only way that you can survive as Eagle. You have to survive until Lightning Strike. If you lose all your units before Lightning Strike, well, you're just gonna have a bad time. Now this is a very dangerous situation. This is a highly dangerous situation, because like at this very moment, no, we can't. No, we can't because this guy's here. All right, so I thought it was a very dangerous situation, but it's not as dangerous as I thought. But it will very likely become very dangerous very quick. Now, Starflash is starting to accumulate a lot of units around here. And we are very close to a lone base. So there is some possibility of this base getting cleared. And oh, you know what? No. No, it won't work. It won't work at all. I was thinking to myself, does a full HP battlecopter have enough firepower with Urban Blade and 1 comm tower to clear a 7 HP infantry on a city? And I guess maybe, but probably not. So we're not going to go for that, but we are going to pop the Urban Blade, and we are going to go up and we are going to take out one of the anti-airs, taking it all the way down to 1. We are going to join cap with multiple units, taking this guy all the way back to full HP with only 10 left. So that was a beautiful, beautiful little capture chain. So we go in, take this guy down to 10, right? Join and join. Perfect fresh HP, 10 HP infantry just ready to go, folks. What a lovely attack. Just absolutely gorgeous. You love to see it, folks. This does have the potential to destroy the immediately purchased battlecopter, but there are so many battlecopters around right now that this one anti-air does not know where to go. Now, this is obviously the safest battlecopter you can take out. Any other battlecopter, I believe, is in range of double tank, and we are going to need a big flippin' unit on this property. Otherwise, we are definitely going to be losing that property, folks. This is this is the dangerous situation here, folks. Potentially the only thing that can save us from quite possibly losing this property would be the classiest of units, folks. I think that might be the only possibility. But let's see. Let's see what Days of Plague decides to do. Is Days of Plague gonna get awfully classy up in here, or is he just going to do some basic stuff? I don't know, folks. But we built the anti-air. Okay. So we have an anti-air build. So it's fine. Oh, it is absolutely fine. I was kind of hoping for the old classy boy, but you know, this is perfectly fine. Now, if we take out this infantry, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, we don't actually have the movement to loop around here. So what we could do, though, is we could go in with tank and attack, and then we could go in with double battlecopter and attack, and that would clear the anti-air. And then we could move in with a 8 HP tank and sit right on that base, preventing any additional purchases from that base. This is a very, very likely situation here, folks. Now let's see what he decides to do, because he does have options. I mean, Starflash has to do something about this little accumulation of units over here, but the reinforcements over here are not a whole lot, folks. So I'm thinking, he doesn't go for it. That's okay. So we're gonna be safe. We're gonna be safe. No cheesy plays here today, folks. Now, if we did go in for the base coverage, well, you would have that, and that could come over here potentially. But I think we just had enough units over here that we would have been able to do it anyways, right? So let me just take a look. Let me take a look here. Let me take a look. What do we got? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go in here, then that and that would clear. We clear from over here, blocking that tile. We'd be able to do damage here, but then we block right there. But then we would still have to deal with this over here, but we could bring in these things. I don't know. I think this would be fine if we go over there and do that, for sure. But either way, Starflash is a better player than me, so you know what? If he does this, it's probably for a reason, folks. Let's carry on with the match, though, because it looks like we are going to be acquiring a comm tower. So that is going to be a double tower Kindle pretty soon. Now, in all reality, he probably just didn't do it because he was fearing that Days of Plague was going to get the lightning strike, which is very possible for sure. But let me just see again. 3 bars, we take out 1 guy. Then we have battlecopter engagement. That would be about another 1, and then I don't think any of these guys would be able to hit over here. Yeah, I don't think he would have been able to get it, folks. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Still anybody's game at the moment, folks. Eagle, 56,000 like battle or accumulated army, 73,000 accumulated army. That's perfectly fine. That's all you need is Eagle, folks. That is all you need indeed. Doesn't manage to do anything else aside from that, though. So we are going to be losing that comm tower, which is going to be very unfortunate for the old Days of Plague. But now we are going to be threatening a lightning strike. But a lightning strike with no units is not a very effective lightning strike, folks. So let's see if we are gonna have enough units to repel this dastardly force over here, folks. Oh, and even the anti-air's moving in, attacking. Oh, dearest me. Oh, dearest me. So we do have lightning strike, folks. So we are going to be having a lightning strike turn here. 20,000 to 16,000 funds at the moment here. So we have double battlecopter, a double anti-air, and an artillery. Would be able to purchase a tank of some sort, perhaps of the medium variety. You never know. But probably just buying one tank and then buying another tank after that would probably be a little bit better for you. In this instance, at least. Alright, so we get one clear. Move the artillery in. This is definite. Days of Plague. You are the classiest boy of the entire game. Beautiful stuff, folks. The classy boy has arrived. And we are ready. We are ready. We build a transport copter. Very interesting. Let's see what happens with this transport copter, folks. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Now, go up, move the infantry, boom, take a shot, boom. Now, we're not going to be able to buy another unit on this base, though, which is kind of unfortunate. But that's fine. Oh, we don't get to clear, but we do tons of damage. Managed to get through with the battlecopter here, taking another shot at the battlecopter right there, and we have busted through. But we do have a 10 HP and an 8 HP tank right here, and double battlecopter with anti-air and far off battlecopter still ready to go from Starflash next turn. Do bust through again, though. Would you look at that? Spots another little break right there and bust through with the anti-air, doing massive damage. So that was a huge hit to Kindle's overall army value here. So we were sitting at 90,000. Now we're going to be sitting at, that is not the right move that we want to do, or is it? Yes, this was. Yeah, we were sitting at 105,700 value. And then we pop the lightning strike and we take that number all the way down to 54,600. So literally took the value in half. What a play, folks. What a play. And now we have a classy medium tank on the field, folks. So this is going to be a very nice. But we still have a lot of moves. So we pop the Urban Blight. And what are we going to do with this Urban Blight, folks? What are we going to do? We are going to destroy a little cheeky little 2 HP battlecopter that has been harassing on the top side of the map. And we take the tank engagement on the top side of the map. Battlecopter moves in and we eliminate a 3 HP anti-air, and then we take a huge hit boosted by the firepower. Maybe she doesn't get the firepower bonus. I don't know. I feel like she should, though. But Eagle's got defense, so that could be it. Okay, folks. And another tank going in, attacking another anti-air, taking that guy all the way down to 3, and then we lose a 9 HP battlecopter, and then we almost lose our last battlecopter. But he does survive for a short while. And the classy boy is all by himself, backed up by an artillery and an infantry. That's all that we got left over here, folks. 1 HP battlecopter, artillery, and infantry, and nothing on our base. Classy boy's all by himself, folks. But he does not give up. He continues the attack, and we go and interrupt further, and then we don't get a clear, so we don't get the anti-air out. Yep. Alrighty. That is perfectly fine, though. Maybe there might be some chance later on here that we might be able to do a little bit extra damage here, but we are going to need another anti-air in this position in order to ward off all these battlecopters. But as a fellow Canadian, I am very much rooting for the old Starflash every time I watch him, because, well, you know, Canada. Woo! Alrighty, folks. Let's carry on. There we go. Ooh, got a nice little block here, but can escape from the shoal tile, so it's not a full block, but we are just running circles around this medium tank. We're not attacking the medium tank, but we are running circles around them, folks. We are just keeping them contained, keeping them nice and warm and snug. Ooh, we're going for a couple more engagements here. The transport copter is getting quite a bit of work here now. Days of Plague is going to be trying desperately to flip these two properties up here, because if he does manage to flip these two properties, it will put him ahead overall. But Starflash is in position to flip the two bottom properties. So, yeah, this is looking pretty tough for a Days of Plague, but he is a trooper, and we are going to continue fighting. Now, what's going to happen? 21,000 funds per turn, and we are threatening another flip. Oh, this could be it, folks. This could be it. Is it gonna be it? I don't know, but it could be. Let's see. So we go in for the copter sack, go in for a anti-air hit, go in for a copter hit, we'll go in for another copter hit, and we surround and we capture the base, folks. Starflash has done it. He has done it. He has completely surrounded that base, and now Days of Plague is not going to be able to purchase any units. And with that, folks, I don't know if there's anything else that Days of Plague will be able to do in order to stay in this game after losing the base, but it looks like he is going to be trying, folks. He is definitely going to be holding on. Now, is there a possibility to dislodge this or even win it back at some point? Quite possibly, but I don't know, folks. After the loss of that classy medium tank, I am fearing the worst, unfortunately, for Mr. Days of Plague. Oh, and we are all the way down to 8 units, 7 units left on the map. And does an urban blight to even further interrupt this capture over here. Now this is going to need 2 more days. 2 more days, and we pop the lightning drive and we resign. Beautifully executed by the old Starflash. What a match indeed. Power to the Canadian forces. What a game. Days of Plague played fantastically as well, but unfortunately, in this instance, Kindle was just a little bit too powerful for the old Eagle. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that one today. I definitely had a good time going over it, and if you did enjoy it, consider leaving a like, a comment, or subscribe, and if you want to support the channel further, you could consider becoming a channel member. But until next time, folks, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.